What's up, everybody? This is a quick, well, not quick, it might be a long video. Nezekezena is up in Burning Woods, and this is for the Bard Epic. You need the guts from them to complete part of this. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just tracking. He's right over here in the woods. Kind of look at my map over here. First off, I was able to pet track him. What that means is you can charm a mob, like a skeleton or something, around. And I have a hotkey here that says pet attack Nezekezena. And what you'll get is it'll say attacking the target master or whatever. And that will signify that it is up. Making sure I don't get any ads here. And so I knew it was up, and I just kind of hunted around, and I know that he's down here, typically in the corner, in the southeast corner of the zone, is where the cycle usually is, and there he or she is. So right now, doesn't even see invis, so that's good. So what the goal is going to be is we're going to pull it up to the north. I'll show you as we run along the wall here. I'm going to go straight north, or you could pull it to the zone and just kite it right in the zone, which is equally as good. I do like the little causeway up top. It gives you kind of time to gauge it. You can see it coming and all that. I am prioritizing magic resistance, so I put all my magic resistance gear on. I do have a bracer that I'm going to pull with. That gives me a 300 range, direct damage, just for the sake of pulling, and I can start running, which I'll show you in a second, to the north, so I don't get blasted by her. I don't want to get hit, and don't want to get hit by any other ads around here. So here we go. We're just going to go right for the pull. Actually, before you do that, make sure Celos is on. I do have Spirit of the Wolf on. Good to go there. I'm going to wait for him to get over the hill. And bam. The missile is launched, and I am running away. Don't want to run too far away, but out of range. Definitely out of range. Here he comes. They do run fast, so if you didn't have Celos, they do move pretty quickly, and you'll see in a second when they actually start casting how far away they can be, right? Because they are wizard songs. So I already set up my songs over here. I'm just going to use my Celos consonant chain level 23. That gives me the slowest. The most snare effect, right? That makes them the slowest run speed. We're snaring them down, because then we're going to use our fear song, level 26, Anglich's appalling screech, and pretty much it. And actually, we could be using a haste song as well. I'm just going to use occlusion of sound because I'm not really too worried about it. I have haste items. One thing I am going to do is put on werewolf illusion. That will increase your attack rate. Just making sure that it's still on me. Check your surroundings. Don't try to get any ads. This is a long pull that I'm doing. Is that 100% necessary? No. You could simply pull it to, the zone line too. But I just want to show you because it's a little more clear. There's not a lot of things in the way or mobs. So here he is coming down. I have the hotkeys set up. I will have. I still use Breath of Harmony in the front, just as an extra AC thing, and it's a clicky. It's a good weapon still. I don't really care about upgrading it all that much, but if you go for higher damage weapons or what have you, that's always a good option. But any weapons will do, as you'll see. We'll be able to get them down. So with this mob, we want to prioritize fear. Because again, if we get him casting, we need to have it interrupted by fear. It won't cast as long as it's feared. And I'll explain too that once it gets to low health, it will start to run. Now, do not stop playing that fear song. If it is running, you need to keep fearing it because it will gate. And if it gates, it's going to regen, like the 25% of the health, and it will gate all the way back down. And all the time you spent sitting here, trying to kill it is kind of wasted. Let me switch out another bracer here. Increase my magic resistance. I think it's about 130. Yeah, 138, which is fine. I think I'm just gonna pull right here into the middle. I'm gonna pull right over here. And on the map, it's all the way up top, right here in the choke point, right? Not out in the field and not down below, because you get a lot of pathing ads. Some may even wander through, so you got to have your head on a swivel, which I'll show you in a second. Switch out the weapon, and again, here he comes, and I'm just gonna beeline it in. I want to get it snared. I'm gonna start fighting. There, it's snared and feared, and there we go. Now occlusion is sound. If you don't have occlusion, which you're not going to have at lower levels, put on, you know, like a Jonathan's Haste song or something. Something to maximize. Oh, get the hits going. It does have a damage shield. It may have damage shield. Definitely has a damage absorb on. But keep that twist going, right? I usually do this in the third person so that I can look around. I do that to be able to see around the mob. I don't want to get ads, because if that happens, if something's running towards me, like a Sarnak or something, I can easily just get a fear on and kind of get the heck out of the way. That's all you really need. Granted, I also have the Bard Epic, so that's a huge plus, right? That enhances all songs by the 18 modifier. So even if I really wanted to, I definitely don't need Song of Twilight up right now. I'll just kind of show you what I would use here. I'll use Jonathan's Inspiration. That's a very good haste. Okay, let's get back to business here. Normally, I would get a ton of resist sometimes. Just really depends. So that's why I like to use that. So if I didn't use occlusion, this would be the basic setup, right? And this is going to be your highest song at 58. But I mean, you can use any kind of haste or attack song from a lower level. Perfectly fine. Right, just maximizing DPS. As you can see, I don't hit that fast or that hard like any other bard, but good enough. You can see him going down. And remember that their centers are right in their stomach area, so you got to be right underneath to get the hits in. Some people would think, you know, you could throw dots in there if you wanted to, but don't risk it. I'm telling you that they still hit hard. I gotta resist. Actually, I can move this out a little bit. And get the songs back going. That's really it. At lower levels, you might not have the Howler or anything like that, but that's okay. You don't need it. It's not required. I think I missed a fear there. Just make sure, prioritize that fear. Yeah, with the epic, I mean, I already have the epic too, right? So I mentioned it, and this is for the epic. Here he is, kind of hitting me. Starting to cast, I think. Getting another resist. Got all kinds of resist going. I happen to. And he's running. There we go. Get that snare back on. I resisted the rend spell. I think that's a direct damage, right? Okay, resisted snare. Give it one more shot. Okay, resisted again, but I'm going for the fear. Get that fear on. Don't let him hit you. Don't let him cast. Don't let him cast. So there we go. We're back in the game here. Another good weapon that I don't have. I literally just put it in the bank, so I hadn't been using it. Is the Orb of Tashane. That has a proc of Tashin, which is a MR debuffer, a resistance debuffer, and that helps a lot land these particular songs because they are magic based. I had an older video before where I was using just that, and that actually was my primary weapon because of that effect. That helps, you know, groups a lot too. So if you're going to use weapons, try to use weapons that are practical, because our DPS again isn't that great. We're not doing, you know, mass amounts of damage. here we are. It's an easy day. I'm just kind of... There's nothing around, as I said. I can check track. It's the only thing around at least within bar tracking. Resisted both, actually. I need to get another fear on. There we go. Prioritize the snare next. It's not happening. Come on. Alright, still not good. Okay, fear is good. I hit him with another fear. Man, he's just being a little resistant bugger. This is not using occlusion. There we go. Just to show you how I would handle it. Just get those two. Those are your two primary. The extra buff is just that. That's the tertiary thing. It's a little extra boost that can kind of help you get through this a little bit faster. And actually, I don't even have my haste belt on. Just a little haste belt. Get out of the tree. Any little bit of haste helps. So, oop, there he goes. He's casting again. If you can get it off before he gets it, there we go. For first time doing this, I did die. The dude blasted me easily. I think twice. The other time I could not get another fear to land. It was a bad day. Checking track again. There's some things kind of around. I don't think they're close enough. I don't see anything. Still kind of twisting your songs here. Resisted twice on the snare. He's below 20, so he's technically in the running mode. But do not stop fearing. You must keep fearing this mob all the way till dead, all the way. Must be feared because he will gate. I don't even want to like show you because it's just annoying. It's super annoying, and you'll be frustrated because normally I do have raid gear and stuff like that, but yeah, back then when you're rocking like Lambent and it's just taking you, it took like 30 minutes to kill this sucker, and man, when it gated finally, even if after a little bit of a battle, you're down like 2 bubbles of life, you're like, yeah, I got him, then you stop playing fear because he's running. Bad day. And then he gates. It just hurts. So mad. Because other people are after it too, right? You're not the only, with Kunark release, you're not the only bard after these things. So you gotta get it all the way down. At 0%. And there we go. Loot him up. Got the red worm gut. So this can be multi-quested, so that's why I'm getting it now. Burning embers, I don't think is anything. And some sweet worm meat. But that's it, and that's where I'm doing it, just right here in the choke point here on the map. Again, you can pull them all the way. We've done it over here, or at least I've done it over. This is the what is it, Skyfire zone, and or the Dreadland zone down at the bottom. I have done the kites. I think I said that I hadn't done that. I have not done the cycle. That's a lie. I have done the cycle, killing the worms out in the field, and I've done it solo, right in the middle of everything, and just avoiding doing like this crazy dance, avoiding. Granted, those aren't casters, so
fading.
That is it. So it looks like I got Gina on the actual screen. That's funny. But there you go. So you can do this. You can do this with almost all the epic. You can do all the mobs, all of them, with this type of method, including Eldred the Old. He might be actually a little bit tougher too. He has a high MR as well, and you can do this all the way up until you need to kill the big boys. So like Nagafin, Box, to get the red and white scales or whoever, and get into your cannon. Obviously, you need a raid force for those, or you could buy the scales. I mean, if you're good at farming, buy the scales. But That's how. That is Nezekezena kite.